So, you want to see a cattle drive in the morning and go to a Broadway play in the evening? I got the city just for you. Hey everybody, this is Deb McNeill, McNeill and Associates in the Fort Worth, Texas area. And today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite cities, Fort Worth, Texas. And it's true, you can early in the morning see longhorn cattle being driven from one place to another at the Fort Worth stockyards. And then later that evening, you could attend an opera or a ballet or a Broadway play at Bass Hall in downtown Fort Worth. It's a great city with a variety of, of vibes. Now, Fort Worth is part of the bigger Dallas Fort Worth metroplex. A lot of times when people say they're moving to the area, they'll say they're moving to Dallas because Dallas is our kind of bigger competition on the east side of town. But Fort Worth has its own charms, its own vibe, and its own characteristics. Fort Worth was built originally as a fort on the frontier, really with our roots deep in Western heritage. Fort Worth became a stop on the Chisholm Trail. That's the cattle drive. Cattle people would drive their stock from South Texas up through Fort Worth, and some would sell them there, or they would move on and go further north into Kansas. So we have here in Fort Worth a very defined cowboy culture. It's fun and it's kind of feisty at the same time. Whether you go from cowboy or if you want to indulge in some finer culture, we have Bass Hall where you can see a Broadway play or the opera or ballet. Fort Worth Symphony plays there. If you are into any of those performing arts, it is a beautiful venue to go with the big, beautiful angels with their trumpets. It's quite spectacular, and the inside is every bit as pretty as the outside. If you love art, the Kimball Art Museum is world renowned, and the Modern Art Museum is just the thing if you love modern art. Both museums have permanent collections that are worthy of a visit, but they routinely do traveling displays. And so really wonderful things can come into Fort Worth, and you get to touch a lot of different artsy things that way. Fort Worth has one of the best zoos in the entire country. It was a few years voted the #1 zoo practically anywhere. And it's a friendly, easy place to go. When you're moving to a new city, you kind of just need to know a little bit about it. Fort Worth has a lot. There's a lot of square footage. There's a lot of square miles covered by the city of Fort Worth and by its suburbs, and so you can find pretty much whatever neighborhood you're looking for, whether it's vintage, 100-year-old homes with spacious yards and gracious front porches and all the charm and character that you could possibly want. We have lots of neighborhoods like that. Or if you want brand new construction where they've just poured the concrete this morning and you get to pick the style, the colors, everything in it, Fort Worth is booming. There are a lot of new builders in our area, and I think here in the next few days I'm going to be doing an entire video on the new construction boom in our area. So stay tuned for that. If you are looking for an urban lifestyle, a loft apartment or an apartment in a high-rise in downtown where you can walk to bars and restaurants and museums, oh, Fort Worth has got some beauties for you to look at. Absolutely great to be in downtown Fort Worth or the West 7th area. Absolutely incredible way to live. On the other hand, if you don't want the hive kind of vibe and you want a little land for your own couple of longhorns or some horses or something, oh yeah, you can find anywhere from, a half acre to an acre to 5 acres or more. There are some lovely properties just outside the Fort Worth proper area that are not a bad commute if you're going into downtown Fort Worth or one of the suburbs, mid-cities area. These are quite doable. and it is a lot of fun to go look for property because there's a variety of terrains. Flat grassland prairie. There's some rolling hills with scrubby oaks and things where all kinds of critters can hide. So if you're looking for land, oh yeah, I get really excited about that. I'm a country girl at heart. Fort Worth is a really affordable place to live, compared especially to other cities its size. So the median home price is roughly 255,000 right now. So much depends on where you're at in the city, what kind of property you're looking for, whether there's a little bit more land or if it is more square footage. What do you do for fun here? Well, we love hiking and biking, so there's a lot of good hiking and biking trails. The Trinity Trails goes through downtown Fort Worth along the banks of the Trinity River. If you like lakes, Lake Worth and Eagle Mountain Lake are right in the Fort Worth area, and you can either buy property on them or just take your boat and drop it off on one of the public ramps and enjoy a day of fishing and boating in really pretty area. One of the last things we love living here, there's no actual Fort Worth teams sports-wise, pro sports anyway, but you're really close to the Dallas Cowboys, the Texas Rangers, the Dallas Mavericks, the Dallas Stars. Okay, they're all Dallas based, somewhere in this metroplex, but it's an easy drive. If you love sports, there's all kinds of sports here, and you can find a team to root for. So, weather. For the most part, we have a lot of summer. We have a lot of summer here, and for heat lovers, it's a great place to be. We can get really hot. You do want good air conditioning in your car and in your house. And if you can swing it, and if you like to swim, a pool is a nice thing in the summer. We do have spring and fall. They can be very, very brief here. We tend to some years just hop straight from winter to summer or straight from summer to winter. But when we do have a few days or weeks of spring or fall, it's really temperate. It's quite lovely. The average temperature here in the winter is roughly 55 degrees. So it can get cool enough that you can wear your cute boots and a nice sweater, but you don't have to live in boots and your big puffy down parkas, right? If we do have winter weather, we can have snow here, we can have ice here, and frankly, it kind of shuts us down. It's a nice mandatory, 2-day kind of vacation. Yeah, we do raid the grocery stores, bread, milk, toilet paper, you know how that is. And then it's gone. The ice and snow usually doesn't last very long, and we can get it in waves. We'll have 2 or 3 years where we have snow every winter, 1 or 2 snow events, and then we'll have a few winters where we barely get cold enough to, it freezes, but that's about it. So we're a pretty temperate climate. You don't have to shovel snow every week. You don't have to bundle up every time you just go out to the mail. It's comfortable. We are a little more extreme in the summer. We get hot here. It can be humid here, but that's where air conditioning and, maybe a big old glass of iced tea. That helps a lot too. Or a cold Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is a Texas thing. And, when in Texas, Fort Worth is a great place to live. If you would like more information, my contact information is down in the description box. I'm happy to answer any questions or tell you about various areas of the city. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button because we want to stay in touch with you so that you see all of our videos coming out every Thursday.